It is also really incredibly hard to imagine anybody else playing Henry Cavill. But, we did get a new casting announcement of someone who's replacing another actor that actually seems pretty crazy cool, but I have some thoughts. Our next topic here is Harrison Ford is going to replace the late William Hurt, who played Thunderbolt Ross in Marvel Studios. So this comes to us from Variety. Harrison Ford is stepping into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, baby. They didn't say baby. I just said that myself, guys. The legendary actor will step in as Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, replacing the late William Hurt for 2024's Captain America New World Order, starring Anthony Mackie as Captain America. It goes on to say, it does not appear, however, that Ford is set to star in Thunderbolts, Marvel's anti-hero team-up film that is scheduled to immediately follow Captain America 4. Mm-hmm. So this is interesting. For those of you who didn't know about this, William Hurt is an Oscar-nominated / winning actor, right? He's won Oscars before, who's very, prestigious in his acting talents, passed away from cancer, I believe, recently. And there's just been a lot of conversation about, like, oh, man, he died, like, right before Red Hulk was about to happen. That's crazy. But really, what we all should be saying is, oh, my God, this talented actor passed away. Sorry for your loss to the family. Condolences. However, there has been a lot of controversy. People have been talking about this like crazy because, William Hurt just passed away, and Marvel's decision to replace him made people want to question, wait, then why didn't you, replace T'Challa as Black Panther? Like, why didn't you replace that actor? And I'm going to, I'm going to settle this right now for any listeners that have been thinking about this stuff too. It's different, is what I'd say. When you look at T'Challa and the, Chadwick Boseman, who played this character for all these films, sure, William Hurt and Chadwick Boseman played their characters plenty of times at the same time. But when you look at T'Challa and the character that he is, that he played, and the cultural impact that Black Panther has had on the community, on the film community, on the superhero genre community, it's just such a bigger deal, and people don't want to offend the community that stands up for him, and T'Challa and Black Panther just has such a bigger impact in our culture. It's either you're right or you're wrong, but you're always wrong. You know what I mean? No matter what Marvel could have done about T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman, people would have been so upset with them for making this decision. Mm-hmm. If you replace him, then people go, it's just Disney trying to money grab. Oh, that's crazy. If you don't replace him, why don't you replace him? We could have had a Black Panther.
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Exactly. That's the phrase I was looking for, and I just completely forgot. And, if you are going to replace William Hurt with anybody, I think it was a good move on Disney's decision to choose Harrison Ford to replace him. However, here's my however, Raul.
Okay.
Harrison Ford is 80.
He's up there. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not trying to be an ageist over here, okay? Because you look at
Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood is 93, I believe, right now. Or maybe older than that.
I don't think you mean Clint Eastwood. I think you mean the corpse of Clint Eastwood.
The corpse of Clint Eastwood is 96 or something at this point.
No, I kid. I love Clint Eastwood.
And that man is still making movies. So, there is a part of me that's like, okay, if Harrison Ford wants to do it, fine. He's 80. He's not 90-something in Clint Eastwood's age. Harrison Ford seems like a healthy guy, But that being said, he's still 80. Like, that doesn't mean he's going to live as long as Clint Eastwood. God forbid. I swear to God, I'm jinxing this right now, Raul. I'm going to be the one that's saying, like, oh, what if he dies tomorrow? And then now tomorrow he's going to die. Oh, my God. Kevin.
Everybody's going to blame you.
Gosh darn it. It's all on that. If I keep talking, it's going to be bad. Raul, what do you think about all this?
I think this is very interesting. And yes, William Hurt was an Academy Award winner. He won the Academy Award for Kiss of the Spider-Woman back in the 80s. And he's been nominated. Yeah, he's been nominated a bunch since then. I too am saddened about William Hurt's loss, and it happened a while ago. But it is really interesting to see this confirmation now. Harrison Ford taking over the role, and yeah, Harrison Ford is up there. I believe when William Hurt passed away, he was like 70 or something like that. So there is a 10-year difference. But I mean, Harrison Ford seems willing. That's the thing. As long as he's willing, and he's still doing Indiana Jones, man. And we'll see how that looks when we finally get a first trailer for it, whenever the hell that'll be. But he's still got it. Just keep him away from planes, please, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Keep Harrison Ford away from a plane. With his history lately, just keep him away from planes. But I don't know. Of course, I love Harrison Ford. I love his portrayal of Han Solo, Indiana Jones, of course, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I've said it a bunch of times, is my favorite all-time movie ever. I just think he's such a. I love seeing him on screen. So I think his persona, especially his off-screen persona as we know him to be the grumpy old man now, the get off my lawn kind of thing. I think that works with Thunderbolt Ross. I think that'll very much really help with the character. I think it's a great match. And also, this is interesting. Yeah, so there's no official confirmation about Thunderbolts. We just know for sure Captain America 4, right?
Well, this was reported from Variety. They said that it doesn't appear that he's going to be in Thunderbolts.
Okay.
So I'm taking it firsthand from Variety.
There's no confirmation yet, but I mean, it's Thunderbolts. I mean, the team gets its name from Thunderbolt Ross. I'm very confident they will announce him. Yeah, he is in fact in the Thunderbolts as well. Like I feel like that is almost a guarantee. We just haven't heard about it yet, but it hasn't been officially confirmed.
We'll have to, we'd have to wait a couple months if this movie, like, he's going to be in Captain America: New World Order, and immediately Thunderbolts comes out after it. So if we don't hear anything about that before the first movie comes out, then it might be safe to assume that he's not going to be in Thunderbolts. Which, again, like you just said, it'd be very surprising because he's Thunderbolt Ross.
I think we will find out within the next few months. I just think because those movies are coming out so close together anyway, they wouldn't wait that long until Captain America comes out before they announce that. I think it's pretty much a given. He's going to be in Thunderbolts, and I think we're going to find out within the next few months. So we'll see about maybe early 2023. Fingers crossed, because well, that's the thing. It's like, are we going to get into Red Hulk territory? And that's another thing. Harrison Ford is 80, but if they do the Red Hulk storyline, I mean, he didn't have to do anything.
Also, when we
maybe
saw
some mocap, but not not a lot.
We got to go back to the D23 talk, because we had discussed about how they revealed the cast for the Thunderbolts, and it was all people who speak Russian and super beings that are just super soldiers, either that or assassins. And so it's like they all have the same ability. Where's Abomination? Where's Red Hulk? Where are people with other superpowers that could make this more interesting for us, other than just the relationships of the characters? Yeah. Add that little flavor in there, So it's interesting that that's how they wanted to market it at first. So I think because the ink hadn't dried on Harrison Ford yet. I think they wanted to wait. I think at the time they hadn't quite. That wasn't quite official. And also, that because this is Harrison Ford, he's probably gonna have a lot more FaceTime on screen, and he's gonna have a much bigger role, probably dressing up as Red Hulk. That's gonna have to happen.
Red Hulk smash.
Oh my God! Can you imagine an angry Harrison Ford just turning red? That sounds horrifying, but it also sounds perfect for him. It sounds like this is the perfect role for him. If only he had been his 60s and 70s. That's the only thing for me. I'm just so worried about his age, and I hope he can last a long time, that he could make it through these movies and be done with it and move on. But again, it's not about Marvel. I'm just a Marvel fan, okay? I like seeing Marvel characters, and I like them to stay as they are. And when characters have to be changed, it's kind of a difficult thing. And when people die, you can't control that, right? So
look, they did it with Don Cheadle.
They did,
and it worked out. He has
although
that
was a contract issue. But then you have
that had nothing to do with death, but I mean
Yeah.
they've been able to, this has happened before where they've switched actors, and it worked out. We went with it. He's like, I'm here, deal with it. He had that line in Iron Man 2.
So if they're gonna write him in a fun way like that kind of thing. But also you have characters like Cassie Lang from Quantumania right now.
Right. Yeah.
It's a different actress. She's the girl from the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize that was her until I saw other people tweeting about it, and I'm like, oh my god, that is her. They totally replaced the girl from Endgame, the original Cassie Lang. And I understand why they did it. They were like, this actress has more followers or something. Like she can get more attention.
Is that what it was?
I bet you that's what it was, Raul. Like she's just a bigger star than the girl who is currently playing Cassie Lang.
Sure.
Nobody knows who that other girl was.
It does suck for her. I do feel bad for that actress.
Yeah. Imagine being that girl thinking like, I'm gonna work for Marvel for another 10 years now. This is awesome.
Oh,
nope.
Sorry, we actually recast you. Yeah.
You're not Robert Downey Jr., buddy. Sorry about that. We can't have you do that. So, I don't know. That's kind of an interesting thing. I hope Harrison Ford the best. I'm looking forward to seeing a trailer with him in Captain America. That'll be really cool. If we end up introducing Abomination into Captain America too, then that'll be cool to see Abomination versus Red Hulk kind of thing, and Captain America has to step in to try to protect them both from each other.
Sure.